Hello and welcome to my video on my Porsche 944 S2, and year of the car is 1989 with the oval dash. I've had a recent issue with the sunroof where it wasn't closing properly, and when I investigated this, in the back of the boot you've got your motor, and the way this works is you've got a metal tube that runs along from the motor across your quarter panel to your roof, and in this metal tube is a cable, basically metal winding cable, and it winds up and down from the motor, which runs or operates your plastic gears in your sunroof. So what happened on my one, if I can zoom in, there is a plastic clip here, plastic and metal, and that connects the two metal rods together, which run the actual cable running inside it, and it just come apart. And whenever I was trying to close the roof, the actual cable was coming out, and there was like a bundle of the cable just shown in the back of the boot. So if I open my roof, it would just go back into the tube again. But if I was closing my roof, the cable would just come out. So what I needed to do was I needed to close the gap, because this plastic piece is completely gone. Plastic or metal, I mean, there's a plastic piece that's on the actual metal tube, and then you've got this metal clip. Anyway, I didn't want to sort of find, or I did try to find, but it was too expensive. So I thought, let me come up with a solution. I looked online, some people have tried this as well, so I thought I'd share it. The idea is you need to get the two metal pieces together, because the plastic or metal piece, that black piece that you see on the screen, has failed. So the way you do that is you close your roof, or whichever situation you've got, you open it or you close it, and you ensure that the two separate metal tubes that have come apart, you close them together. If you still have the black piece there, use that black piece as a guide and just make sure it's all not clipped together, but it's closing the gap between the two metal pipes or tubing. So, and then what you want to do is, I'll take you to my next image. There you go. You can see here that I've left that black piece just as just extra way of just keeping it in there, and I've used an aluminium tubing. It's 100 mil in length, 10 mil in diameter, and I've used that across the length between the two pipes, or the two sections where the split was. The actual split is in that actual black piece. The whole purpose of that black piece is to keep those two sections together. If you ever want maintenance or you want to replace anything, you take that apart and it just keeps those two rods or two metal pieces apart. That's failed. It's not working for me. So I wanted to hold it in place. So I've used this aluminium tubing. I've used 12 mil U-bolts on either end, clamped them down, and it's held it in place, and it's working so far. So that's all good. What I want to sort of point out is when you're clamping these U-bolts together with the aluminium and against the car's metal tube, make sure you don't over tighten it, because remember, in that metal tube is the cable for the sunroof running inside it. If you over tighten it, what will happen? It'll kink the cable, and then the cable won't move, and you'll have a problem. So what you want to do is just tighten it, and as you tighten it, just make sure it's nice and snug. And once you've got it to that right, torque, all should be fine. Sunroof should be opening and closing. If your sunroof has other issues, I know there's other challenging issues where the gears could be stripped. The metal plastic gears inside your sunroof can sometimes strip if your motor hasn't been adjusted properly, because there's a clutch system. But there are different videos on that. Clark's show, or there's a write-up by Clark's which gives you much more information on how you can adjust all of that. So what I've also done is, if I go into this image here, this gives you a bit more information. So you can see where I've got that aluminium tubing going across the car's tubing, and I've just used the U-bolt to hold it in place. Yeah, so if I can just go on to my camera quickly. So a quick example. Here are the U-bolts, 12mm U-bolts. This pipe here is your aluminium tubing that you're gonna get, and this is the car's existing metal tube that's in there. And what you're effectively doing is you're getting another piece, clamping it against the existing car's metal piece, and clamping them against the U-bolts, and which should hold that in place. Remember, don't over tighten it, and everything should be fine. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and if there's any questions, let me know and I'll answer them. Thank you. Bye.